What up, YouTube? LTH coming at you with a Thursday video. 713 to Bio City up in this joint. So, the schedule came out last week, and also, before I talk about that, there was a free agent, Texans free agent that signed with the new team in the Green Bay Packers, which is Jonathan Owens. Yeah, I was hoping he would come back, but it was inevitable that he wouldn't return. So he went ahead and signed the deal with the Green Bay Packers. So not sure for how long, but gotta say he had a high amount of tackles. I mean, I'm not sure how many picks he had, but hey, I know he was undrafted at one point and kept getting cut, but eventually got a shot with the Texans. So it sucks to see him go, but hey, all I got to say is go ball out in Green Bay. Wish you nothing but the best. And also, congrats on your marriage, by the way, Jonathan Owens. So go ball out in Green Bay. And also, the Texans made a move and signed D tackle for Byron. I can't pronounce his last name, but they did sign a player, who played for the Patriots, Chiefs, I think the Browns at one point. But yeah, let's get into the schedule. So the 2023 schedule is now out. So they got 3 preseason games, the Texans, which is the first one is in Foxborough, the Patriots. They play the Dolphins in Houston and the Saints at the NOLA. So that's 3 preseason games, which I could care less about. So the first game is going to be a tough one versus the Baltimore Ravens, which I'm looking forward to. Then a home opener versus the Colts. Last time they opened up at home versus Indy, they ended it in a tie. So then they go to Jacksonville to battle the reigning AFC South champion Jaguars. Then they return home to week 4 to face the Steelers. Then week 5 in Atlanta. Then come back home to face the Saints. And they have week 7 their bye week. And then the Bryce Young versus Stroud week 8 in Carolina, Charlotte. Then they week 9 versus the Buccaneers of Tampa. And then week 10, versus Cincinnati, which is a tough one. And then week 11 versus Arizona, DeAndre Hopkins returns to Houston. Then they host the Jaguars in Houston in week 12. First, the 3 straight home games with that. And then they play the Broncos, in Houston week 13. Then they play the Jets week 14 to face Aaron Rodgers. Then the Tennessee Titans in Nashville, which I hope the Titans wear their Oilers uniforms, by the way, because I want to beat their ass. But yeah. Then week 16 versus the Browns, looking forward to facing Deshaun Watson. Want to kick his ass too. And then week 17 versus the Titans. And then week 18 to close out 2023. So, if that was no particular order, I'll say about at least my top 5 games I'm looking forward to the most. No particular order. The Browns, the Panthers, the Cardinals, the Ravens, that's 4, in the Bengals week 10, so that's 5. But I will throw in some honorable mentions, 2 honorable mentions, the Steelers and the Saints for my honorable mentions. So yeah, so if I was to throw in a prediction to how the Texans will fare in 2023, last year I did say the Texans would win 7 to 9 games last year, but they ended up winning 3 games. So I'll admit I was wrong, but I can see this team winning 8 or 9 games, but if they can sneak into the 10-win margin, that'll be nice. But give them about 8 or 9 wins for 2023. Is it guaranteed? No, but yeah, that's the schedule for the Texans, and they have the 6th easiest schedule, by the way. But I don't care about none of that. I just want them to go out there and ball out the best way they can. Because not to mention, now that they drafted C.J. Stroud, made all the effective sacrifices in drafting Will Anderson. I know the Cards have our first round pick, so I don't see the Texans taking in 2023. But the good part about it, we still have Cleveland's pick. So there that is. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section though about the Texans schedule. And of course, fans of other teams are welcome in the comment section. But till my next video, Houston checking on up out of here. Go Texans.